It's Morbin time over at Sony because the Sinister Six movie is rumoured to be back on. As if they couldn't come up with any more or any worse decisions, they're deciding to go with this again now. Awful. Awful, 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 awful. These spin-off films from Sony, these spin-off Spider-Man films, from Sony, have not been great. Not been great at all. Venom 1 was not too bad. Venom 2, didn't enjoy Venom 2. I enjoyed Venom 1 just because it was a bit of fun, a bit of levity. And then they kind of nosedived headfirst into that for Venom 2, which was just a complete waste of carnage through and through as well. And it just wasn't very good, by my opinion anyway. Morbius, well, good Christ, Morbius was just atrocious on every single level. It did give us some great memes, though. Absolutely. Kraven the Hunter looks actually a bit of fun. Looks gory, a bit of fun. Doesn't look like it's going to be particularly great, but it does look like a bit of fun. And then this latest Madam Web movie doesn't look good at all. Pudgy Spider-Man there, you can see here at the end. Nah, not such a fan, you know. Not going to lie, not a fan. And this is something which has long been in the works. I mean, they've been teasing it for ages, but I just don't trust Sony with their spin-off films. They haven't had a good track record. They just have not done very good things with their spin-off films. So let's take a look at this, because we're just diving deep into this nonsense again. Sony Pictures has been attempting to get a Sinister Six movie off the ground since the mid-2000s. They've really wanted to do it. And the thing is, about these kind of films, right? And this is what I've been saying about Blade. It's what I've been saying about any of the Marvel films that have been struggling, is that a lot of these, like Fantastic Four, for instance, that's been in the works for ages. Blade's been in the work for ages. These films are not hard to actually get right. The stories are so simplistic. But 9 times out of 10, and I'm not saying this is applicable to Sinister Six, but it might be, is that 9 times out of 10, when a film is just so easy to get right, the story is so easy to get right, the reason why it takes a long time for them to get off the ground is they're trying to find a way to work in agendas and politics and DEI, all these kind of quotas. They're trying to figure out a way, like Blade, for instance. I mean, you know, that should be able to be in production straight away just off the merit, in terms of modern day standards, that it's got a black male lead. But no, we figure out that actually it's been struggling because they want to inject women into it. And then they were the lead at one point. And so this is what I mean. These films struggle to get off the ground when they're very basic because they're trying to figure out a way to shoehorn in this political stuff. And Sinister Six, you know, to get off the ground, trying to get off the ground since the mid-2000s is obscene. It's not that hard to get right. It really isn't. Maybe they're trying to figure that out. I don't know. I mean, you can't have consistently white male leads in this day and age, so maybe it's because of that. Who knows? But the idea first came up before The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was released, with the 2014 sequel meant to set the stage for that team of villains to assemble in a spin-off project. And Kraven is going to introduce us to the Rhino, by the looks of it. And allegedly Chameleon was going to be in Kraven as well. So they are expanding it, but we don't know how good that's going to be for now, do we? So Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker was set to be the 6th member of the team after being fooled into joining their ranks by a resurrected Norman Osborn. I mean, how bizarre is that? So based on what little we know, the whole thing would have been a disaster, obviously. Sony executives agreed, obviously, and that's why they never got off the ground. Yeah. So now we've obviously got these numerous spin-offs. Venom, Let There Be Carnage, Morbius, Madam Web, Kraven the Hunter, Venom 3. All these spin-off films. They're like, yeah, you know what? You know what we need? Sinister Six. Ah, for fuck's sake. So according to Daniel Richtman, Sony is currently developing the project, which will feature its spin-off characters. So apparently, Venom will be on it. Potentially, anyway. Morbius, potentially. The Vulture, potentially, because of that weird post-credit scene in Morbius. Do you remember that? That was weird, wasn't it? That was very odd. Kraven the Hunter, maybe. Rhino, because again, he's in Kraven the Hunter. Ezekiel, Pudgy Spodemon. I'm saying that on purpose that way, by the way, obviously. Obviously, they're all possibilities because they are, well, they're spin-off films. So, this is what it is. This article says, it's unclear what the Sinister Six what their even purpose is, right? Because Morbius post-credit scene suggested that Adrian Toomes was looking to create a team of bad guys to do some good. Didn't make any sense. Was odd. Really, really odd. And that is, a byproduct of these spin-offs, as this article notes. When you have Spider-Man villains but no Spider-Man, they just kind of fall flat on their ass. Like, substantially. Especially when they're assembling. Like, why? It's so odd. So odd. I mean, Tom Holland, for instance, he's got a few projects under his new contract, I believe. So maybe he'll get one of them. Maybe he'll be in a Sinister Six movie. Who knows? Dr. Octopus. He's generally been the leader. But I don't know if we're going to get that. Again, it's just all over the place. Electro is what has been a member of the Sinister Six. It's unlikely he's going to feature with Jamie Foxx at the moment because Jamie Foxx is currently being sued for sexual harassment. Put an S in front of that. Which is pretty crazy. I've got a video coming up on that in a minute, which is just, crazy stuff, to be honest. But this is terrible. I don't see this being particularly great. Sony, you're high. Just lay off the crack pipe, I guess. I mean, just stop it. Honestly, it's bizarre. This obsession. I get it, because they're trying to build out a universe. But shared universes are dying. They were coined by Marvel, and Marvel is on the decline now anyway. People don't really want these. Just do some standalone films, man. Stop doing these weird shared universes. Just do some good standalone films. They make money. Joker, across $1 billion. That was made for nothing. I think it was made for like 60 million. If I remember rightly. Sorry about that, folks. We had a Jasper cameo. Jasper's my little border terrier. Went mental. Anyway. These films, they just need to lay off the crack pipe. Just get going with some good standalone films. Joker worked. That did really, really well. Standalone films can do very well. You just need good creatives behind them. So, anyway, there you go, ladies and gents. Leave your thoughts down below. Cheers. Take care. Bye-bye now.